Hi, welcome. It's time for another campaign update town hall, and I need that other light on, and a public service announcement by me, presidential candidate. I'm a write-in candidate. My name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, but you can just write in Susan Buchser for short. If you want to add the other names in, you can. And if you want to find out how to spell them, you can you can look at the page here, or you can go to my website, which is susan4usa.com. It's Susan, the number 4, USA.com. And let me turn on this other light so that I don't look so harsh in the pictures here, and then we can get started. So, some of you may know that a little later today there will be also a debate. It's starting, the debate is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Washington, D.C. time. And then following it will be a town hall. Now, I'm not sure if that's starting at 8 or 8:30, but if you're watching the debate, just stay on it and it'll go into the town hall anyways. So, yeah, I'm looking forward. You have choices. And this is the thing, the media is lying. They say that there's really just 2 parties running for office, and sometimes they occasionally mention the Green Party or the Libertarian Party. But there's about 100 people running, and I've met a lot of these people who are good people, and have a look at some of the debates that I've already put online here, and see that you have a choice. So this is something the media is not covering. And thank goodness we have social media where we can cover ourselves and we can support each other and get our messages out there. Because it is important, that's the whole purpose of having a country the way we have it, is to let the people have a voice and hear us and choices. So don't listen to the media, because they're not telling the whole story. The paid-for media. And that's why the Democrats and Republicans keep wanting to get money from you, because they need to buy the media. They need to buy the big TV stations so that they keep the rest of us out. So I have some people here. Let me see if I can get this to work finally. I have a mic here who is wanting to maybe be online. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. No. Okay, he's just asking me silly things. All right. Well, anyways. So, yeah, so I did some research about the money situation. And this is something that I wanted to talk to you about, because I found out that I didn't have to go back and change all my things on the FEC financial reports that say primary, since I wasn't in a primary. So I talked to the FEC, so the Federal Election Commission, and I told them my situation, and they said, no, you don't have to. You just, after the last convention, which was the Democrat convention, it ended in August. So everything before that could be considered primary. When did they have their last? I think it was on the 22nd of August. So everything before the 22nd of August could be considered primary expenditures, and then everything after that is definitely general. So basically what that meant was that I don't have to do anything. Now, what I did discover is that there's this way to get money back, matching funds for donations that you've received. And so I was looking into that and thinking, oh, you know, maybe I'm somehow eligible, but it turns out that I'm not. So I cannot do it. And what I also discovered is this is why we see all these stupid ads right now with all the parties, you know, asking for money. First off, they're saying, oh, there's a deadline. Oh, you got to give us money. There's a deadline. Well, the deadline is not for you and me. It's for them to collect as much money as they can so that they can get matching funds from this presidential fund account that you and I have already given to when we do our taxes. So I don't know about you, but I'm tired of these stupid commercials about, oh, give us money. Oh, the deadline's coming up. Oh, we need your money. If you're tired of those videos too, those commercials, then let's stop giving to that fund. We don't have to give to it. No, we don't. It's on our tax forms. They say, you know, do you want to give $1, $2, or $3 to the presidential election campaign fund? Just mark no. Just mark no or leave it alone, whatever is needed. I don't have the document in front of me, so I don't know what it really says, but just don't do it. Because if you don't donate, if you don't do it, then they don't have funds to match their contributions with, so then we don't have to deal with these stupid commercials anymore. I mean, they put enough stupid commercials out there. We don't need more, do we? So don't donate to that. And the trick is to get the money. You have to have, it's for individuals paying money to your campaign, and they have to be spread out over 20 different states minimum. So since I don't have that, I have hardly any donations. You know, I'm mostly doing this by the skin of my teeth and trying to spend as little money as possible anyways. And I'm not asking for donations. I mean, I have a page where you can donate, but at this point don't donate because I don't need it. And definitely I got more like just 1 or 2 handouts and stuff. So anyway, it's not necessary. You don't have to spend a lot of money to run a campaign, and you definitely don't need to get those matching funds. So it's something that the 2 big parties figured out, hey, let's put this on there and let's see if we can get the American people or the U.S. people to give us money, and we do. And then they spend the rest of the time begging for money from us so that we give the money, right, through the fund on the tax return. Then they beg us for the money currently, and then they get our money that we already gave. So they're getting twice payments from you and me, and this is just insane. So anyway, so don't do it. Don't put any more money into that fund because it's not really necessary. You know, people can just give if they want or not, you know. So anyway, then I'm a write-in candidate, and there are about 100 other write-in candidates. So what I can say is that on your ballot, you're going to see something like this, where you're going to have names of people who are running for different offices. For, in this case, it's president. And you'll see the name and sometimes the vice president under it, and then you'll have all these dots down the side. So if you're going to vote for me, you got to color in the dot next to the write-in candidate area, and then you have to write my name in. So Susan Buchser. So it's SUSAN and BUCHSER. Then sometimes they're going to ask for a vice president. So if they do ask for a vice president, then you can pick from one of the vice presidents you see on the list above me, above the write-in candidate section, or you can pick someone who is not running for office currently. because everybody else who might be running for governor, or somebody who's running for Secretary of State or county clerk, those might be good people, but you can't put their names in either because they've already decided to run for those offices this election. So you cannot use their names. So you could put your name in if you're not running, or you can put your neighbor's name in, or anybody who's above. Well, for president, you have to fulfill the requirements. You have to be 35 years of age or older. You have to be 14 years in the United States, within a state somewhere. And then you also have to be a natural-born citizen. So that means being born in the United States somewhere, or to a U.S. citizen. So those are the requirements to possibly be a vice president. And then what else? You can even pick past vice presidents, technically, because they don't have that requirement of only being twice elected vice president. So a past vice president would also work, and even past presidents could also be, I suppose. But technically they're in the two big parties, so they might not be the best choices. It's good to have, fresh people involved, I think. So, yeah, so that would be if there's a line for a vice president, or you can leave it blank. You can do any of those things, and then let's see what happens. Sometimes when you get your ballot, instead of having even the word write-in here, they're going to have it blank, but maybe with a dot. So here, if you see this under your list of presidents and vice presidents, and you want to write in a write-in candidate, perhaps me or somebody else, you put that in right there, like so, and then you put in my name or whoever's name, and then don't forget to color in that dot. And sometimes the dots are on this side and sometimes on this side. So, just be aware of your ballot and make sure you do your homework. So today, I hope you're doing your homework, and tomorrow you still have time. Tuesday is the last day to vote, period. So there's no more voting after that. If you're unregistered, you need to ask for probably a provisional ballot, and you definitely need to go to or call up your county clerk and find out where you can go to cast your vote. Because if you go to the wrong county, or if you go to the wrong polling booth even, you can fill it out, but they're probably going to throw it out. Now, I think that's wrong. In my opinion, it's an accurate one if you're doing it in your county. You should be able to go to any place in your county, in my opinion, but that's not how it works. So call your county clerk. Let them tell you where you have to go, and then usually they have a place on their website too. The election division of your state should have this, where you can put in your address and your just your address, and then you should be able to find out where you have to go. Sometimes it's at a school, sometimes it's at a church, sometimes it's at a community center. I don't know. It's a little suspicious that they're doing these all at places where they don't have cameras. So, I mean, the way we're voting in our environment today is, in my opinion, it's broken. And we need to vote in a new way. But, I'm not in office yet, so I don't have any control over that. Yeah. So anyways, let's see. So I told you about the money situation. I told you about voting now. Do you have any other questions in regards to that? Or, I guess that's about it. So there will be the debate tonight still at 7 p.m. on YouTube, and it's open to the public. And then there's going to be a town hall following it that you can tune into and ask questions to the candidates. I think we're going to hopefully be done by 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, or 9 o'clock even. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, so that's it. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my different social media accounts and click on it and join in. Then the other thing that I want to talk to you about is I have public service announcements. So I was in Wyoming recently, and it was already 12 degrees Fahrenheit, which is already negative Celsius. So, we're past freezing temperatures there. And I just know last year we lost a lot of people over the actually last couple of years because the drug dealers and the drug cartels are putting things into the drugs they're selling to our citizens. And this is not good. Because we don't know what's in there. And, people are dying. So what I can tell you is I tried some pot a couple of years ago, and I don't know, I wasn't used to it or something, but it was sort of in summertime, summertime, so the weather was fine, but I couldn't move. I was paralyzed from this pot or marijuana or whatever it was. I was paralyzed for a good, what can I say, like 5 hours. I couldn't move. I could speak somehow. I think even at first I had trouble doing that, but it hits you really quick, within like 10 minutes. So if you go outside in freezing cold temperatures and you smoke this stuff, you will freeze and be paralyzed outside where you can't get up to go back in. And then you will freeze to death in freezing weather. So I know last year there were these 3 guys who were discovered outside of a friend's house. They were watching, I guess, a football game or something together, and the 3 guys went outside to smoke, probably. This is my guess. And they froze to death. Right on the stairs, just outside. They could not stand to go back in. So this is a problem. The drug cartels and dealers are poisoning our citizens. So if you're going to smoke this stuff, smoke it inside. Don't smoke it in a garage with your car engine on either, because you'll die of carbon monoxide poisoning. So we don't want that either. Just smoke it in a safe place where if you freeze, if you get that paralyzed stuff, that you are able to be paralyzed wherever you are and survive it. Okay, I mean, my thing is, it's clear that people, countries, bad people are poisoning our citizens. And, there's nothing wrong with enjoying life. We enjoy alcohol, and in the past and in many countries, marijuana is legal, so we should be able to enjoy that too. And many other of these possible drugs that are out there. It's part of being an adult, choosing to enjoy your life in the way you want to. Some of these things are even used for religious purposes. So sometimes it's even a religious event. Mushrooms, I believe, are used in various countries for religious experiences. So we need to take the danger out of them. And we need to legalize them and provide them to our citizens safely in a safe place where they can enjoy their adulthood and be adults in their own way, on their own terms, and without the fear of freezing to death or something like that. So we be careful. The cold weather is coming, and so just be careful. Then the other thing about cold weather is, I was stuck on a hillside I couldn't get down because it was just too icy for me to drive my vehicle down. And apparently in lower temperatures, salt doesn't work on ice. So that's why some places use stones instead of ice. But the stones that they used was not enough, and really I could not do it. So always make sure you have extra water that's not frozen and blankets and at least a half a tank of gas in your vehicle when you're driving in cold weather, so that you don't run out of gas. And if you need to stay warm a couple of days until the weather clears up, if you get stuck, you want to be able to do that. So always make sure you have enough gas to keep you warm for a couple of days when you're driving in cold weather. And I'm going to recommend having a full tank, because that makes you heavier, and then you have better coverage on ice if you do hit an icy patch. But and don't drive while sleepy. That's what happened. I was driving just before, and I got really tired, and I came in to go to sleep, and I was just going to sleep like 10 minutes, and then I ended up sleeping longer, and that's why I had to postpone this chat with you, because I was just too tired to talk, and I was too tired to drive. So anyway, I got a little bit of sleep, and I'm doing better now. So don't drive while drowsy. Really, it's not worth it, especially when it's windy. It's also windy here, so my RV was being pushed around too. And the higher off the ground you are, the more wind is a factor, so be wary of that too. And make sure your phone is always charged when you're on the road in icy and rainy and all sorts of bad weather, because you need your batteries. You need to be able to call for emergencies and whatnot. And yeah. So yeah. And then I heard that in Wyoming it gets down to minus 30 degrees sometimes, or even more. And so, and then you add wind to that, can be pretty brutal. So be prepared. So that's my public service announcements. Yeah, be prepared. Then, let's see. I think I covered most of the stuff I wanted to. Don't forget that if you hear or know of anything that is not good, but you can't do the research yourself, I know we all have jobs and we have to work. So sometimes, the best thing to do is to go to the FBI website and put the information in there on the tips area. FBI is for the states. So within the state jurisdiction, CIA is also state, but it's more things that might have to do with international activity. So if something is more international, or like drugs coming across a border or something like that I guess would be more CIA, or even electronic wise, if there's a lot of internet fraud and stuff like that, that's, I believe, more CIA. Yeah. So anyway, report this stuff, because if it doesn't get reported, then it's not going to ever change, and this is a problem. So make sure to note things down and take the time, grab a coffee and then do your report, so that we can fix our country in the places that need fixed. And yeah. The other thing is if there are roadways that are not, the roads are not good, that need repaved or whatever, contact your highway department of your state and say, hey, this road is not good. So apparently all roads have a number. Some have numbers and names, and some just have numbers. So usually we live on ones that have a name, but they also have a number that corresponds with them. So if you've got a big pothole in your neighborhood, call up your highway department of your state and say, look, I got a big hole in this, we've got a big hole here on this road, please come and fix it. Because sometimes they don't get told that there's a problem and then it doesn't get fixed. And, you know, I would like it that, I mean, the police are traveling around all over, so they should know where problems are. And it should be fixed because, I mean, if there's an emergency and an ambulance needs to get someplace and they hit these potholes, you know, people can be, maybe they don't reach their destination to save the life, or maybe the life is already in the vehicle and now is dead because they hit a pothole. So, you know, I mean, we also need the police to call the highway department and tell, or the roadway department, and tell them, the transportation department, and tell them these roads need fixed, blah 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 blah, and you give them the roads and then they should fix it. I'm sure some places might even have like a page on their, you know, a way to communicate via their website. So if you even go to their website, you can probably send a message saying this road needs fixed, you know. Or if you see signs that are damaged that need repaired, send that too. Because, you know, if we just wait for somebody else to do it, then it's never going to get done. So I need you, the people, to do it, not just wait around. Okay, so I guess that's it. I put out a video earlier today covering my Dada experience and why I liked Dada to begin with, and got into Dadaism as an art movement, and then me being in Switzerland, and they were having their 100th anniversary, and how I got in more into the movement than before, and what was happening in Switzerland at the time when I got into it. And so, yeah, have a look there. But I'll be putting out one more video. I was going to try today, but I think it'll be tomorrow. I'll talk about exactly my Smile for Peace project that I started as an artist, and the reason why I eventually really became a presidential candidate. And it was the next step. So my talk about going from artist to presidential candidate will continue tomorrow. Okay. So if I've forgotten anything, let me know. Apparently, I have lots of people saying hello. Well, and hello back, and thanks for stopping by. So I am going to end here, I think. Don't forget to stop by later and watch the town hall. Of course, you have to go to YouTube, so click on the picture about the presidential debate and the town hall that's happening later today. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki. As a write-in candidate for president, you just have to write in Susan, S-U-S-A-N, and my official last name, which is Buchser, B-U-C-H-S, like Susan, E-R. All right. So that will do it. Thanks again for stopping by. I wish you a good day and a good election, good voting, and let's bring some good change to the USA. All right. Thank you.